Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Maggie's marriage goes off the rails. Brady woke up in Teresa's bed the morning after their night together. So, against my better judgment, this happened, did not it? Brady said. Any regrets? Teresa asked. Brady said no, and Teresa agreed. Brady asked about Alex. With a laugh, Teresa said, this will show him. Brady asked Teresa if their night together had only been about getting back at Alex. Yeah. We talked about this. Last night, we talked about how Alex does not want to be exclusive, and he does not want to commit to me, and he's still chaffing around with Kristen, Teresa said. After a moment, Brady said he flashed back. And we also talked about our connection, Brady. Yours and mine, Teresa added. Brady told Teresa that he felt used. Alex knocked on the door. Come on in, Teresa said. Teresa scowled at Alex as he walked by, and Brady signed an abdication. Alex stammered that he'd return latterly. As she smiled at Brady, Teresa playfully noted that she'd need about an hour. With a roll of his eyes, Brady said, actually, there's nearly differently I'd rather be. Anywhere differently, actually. Brady climbed out of bed, seized his clothes, and walked out of the bedroom. You are not worried because you set up me in bed with Brady, are you? Teresa asked with a coy smile. Teresa reminded Alex that he'd been doing the same thing with Kristen. Actually, I am not seeing Kristen presently, Alex admitted. Teresa was surprised by the news, and she asked if Kristen had broken effects off. No, she just made me see what I really wanted, Alex said. And what is that? Teresa asked. Alex said he only wanted to be with Teresa. Teresa scarfed. In fact, I'm kind of crazy about you, Alex admitted. Teresa asked Alex why he'd continued to push her down. I just have this feeling that you are keeping commodity from me, Alex confessed. Teresa's smile faded. Why would I be keeping commodity from you? Teresa asked. Alex signed and noted, it's just a feeling I had. Alex told Teresa that he was sorry if it sounded like he didn't trust her. Well, it does feel that way. I swear, I am not keeping anything from you, Teresa promised. Okay. I believe you, Alex said. Alex asked Teresa if she intended to keep sleeping with Brady. Teresa allowed. About Constantine's demand for her to marry Alex. With a shake of her head, Teresa explained that she had slept with Brady to get back at Alex for his relationship with Kristen. It worked, Alex admitted. Teresa smiled, and she apologized. Alex confessed that he'd been an idiot. I understand why you would try and get back at me, Alex said. Teresa thanked Alex for his honesty. I want to be with you, too. Only you, Teresa said. With a nod, Alex asked Teresa if they were ready for a commitment, and Teresa jounced yes. After Alex left, Teresa's smile fell down. Do you want to be the Kiriaki's descendant? This is what you have to do, Teresa rumored. Brady knocked on the door, and Teresa gestured him in. Was Alex upset when you told him you did not want to be exclusive with him? Brady asked. Actually, I do want that, Teresa clarified. Teresa explained that Brady had been right. Open connections aren't my thing. I hope you understand, Teresa said. Brady signed. Teresa verified that Alex was no longer seeing Kristen. That was presto, Brady said. Brady asked if that meant that he and Teresa were over. Not that it indeed began, because of what happened. It's just, we were not allowing easily, right? I mean, it should not have happened, Brady stammered. Brady criticized himself, but Teresa argued that they had both been to condemn. Like you said, I suppose that it's stylish that we just keep effects simple. For Tate's sake, Teresa said. Brady agreed. Now that you've used me to get exactly what you want, we are cool, Brady said plaintively. Brady don't, Teresa combated. Irked, Brady raised his voice and yelled that he criticized himself for repeating the same miscalculations. After a moment, Brady apologized and he walked out. Gashes welled up in Teresa's eyes. Just keep your eyes on the prize. You had no choice. You had to let him go, Teresa said. Steve paced his kitchen as he talked to Ava on the phone about Clyde's prisoner. We will each sleep a lot better knowing that Weston is locked up again. Keep me posted, Steve said. As Steve ended his call, John called to inform Steve about his planned meeting with Constantine. Did he give you any idea why he wants to see you? Steve asked. I am sure it has to do with his coming move, which involves the pawn, John said. As John ended his call, Constantine entered the Kiriaki's tomb clearing. Why did you want to meet? John asked. To show you this, Constantine said as he flashed the red card. John dramatically pretended to be affected by the card. Constantine complimented the pawn on his successful theft of the connubial agreement. And now, I've a veritably important job for you to do, Constantine said. Constantine pulled a gun out of his fund and held it out for John. What do you want me to do with this? The pawn asked. Constantine ordered John to kill Maggie after the marriage. I'll be a bachelor and a companion on the same day, and I'll only have Maggie's millions to comfort me. So, you're clear, pawn, on what you're to do? Constantine said. I am clear, John said as he put away the gun under his fleece. In the city forecourt, Bonnie congratulated Maggie's recently nominated heir as they walked past the cafe with Sarah and Victoria. You are gone na make a beautiful bridegroom, Bonnie gushed. Sarah thanked Bonnie for the day at the salon. But you know that this is just a marriage of convenience, right? Sarah asked. Bonnie noted that indeed at marriages where she knew the marriage was doomed, she still cried. After Maggie left to run an errand, Bonnie reminded Sarah that Sarah was coming to get wedded. And speaking of my marriage, I would love it if you came, Sarah said. As Sarah started to mention Xander's rocky history with Bonnie, Bonnie noted that the history was forgotten. Actually, I was intimately lodging for you guys. Ever since I saw you in Chicago with that baby bump, Bonnie confessed. Bonnie told Sarah that she'd be recognized to attend the marriage. With gashes in her eyes, Sarah told Bonnie that it meant a lot to her and Xander. Bonnie asked about the guest list. Just family. Which I hope includes Xander's mama, Sarah said. Sarah admitted that she didn't know important other than that Xander's mama was an alcoholic and a delicate woman. And he wants her at your marriage? Bonnie asked. Sarah admitted that it had been her idea. He reluctantly agreed to it. I do not know, I suppose it would be nice to have her in our lives. And for Victoria to get to know her other grandmother, Sarah said. Bonnie raised her eyebrows as Sarah suggested that Maggie could help Xander's mama with her dependence. With a shriek, Sarah admitted that she hadn't called Xander's mama yet. I am relatively nervous about it. What do I say? Sarah said. I am not spooked about it, Bonnie said as she seized Sarah's phone. Before Sarah could stop her, Bonnie called the number for Xander's mama and started to leave a voicemail. Sarah took the phone and explained the situation. At the Kiriaki's manse, the living room was set up for a marriage. As Xander continued to talk about food, an irked Justin told Xander that he was too busy to sputter because he was helping Maggie with a favor. What kind of favor? Xander asked. Justin explained that Maggie had asked him to officiate the marriage. The man is proletariat. I mean, he swooped in on Maggie when she was vulnerable, when she was still in the fray of grieving Uncle Victor. And he is what, tricking her into marriage? Xander said. Justin reminded Xander that he'd written the prenup, and it was ironclad. You suppose a piece of paper is gone na stop this Joe? Xander said. Justin argued that Maggie had made up her mind, and they couldn't intrude. When Xander suggested that Justin refused to officiate,